A high school graduation celebration. The main character, Danish, is deeply in love with C00PER, the most popular girl in school. Before the party, Danish advises his boyfriend, Danish, to express his feelings to B, believing it could be his final opportunity. During the party, Dennis finally gets a moment to speak with her, but initially, it's somewhat dull, and only his parents seem to be enjoying themselves. Then Dennis decides to confess his love to B, surprising everyone, especially BeTH, who doesn't know him. To make matters worse, BeTH's friend BeTH, who is in the army, is also there. That a BeTH sees to is a little surprised by his confession, but finds him cute and smiles. BeTH's friends, BeTH Kvin, arrive and are furious at Das, but the teachers defend him. After Kvi leaves, Dennis and Rigi head home and discuss why Rigi never had a girlfriend in high school. It turns out Dennis never had a girlfriend either, but only because he never got the chance to meet one. The boys prepare for the party. Danish feels nervous and checks his shirt, and they decide to dry cocktail. Danish parents return home and offer some advice for the party. They particularly stress that Danish should change his underwear if he wants the evening to be successful. The parents leave the boys 23 bottles of champagne and their phone number for any issues. The father also advises his son, telling Dan to make this summer unforgettable and that he can do whatever he wishes. Once their parents leave, the boys wait for guests. Suddenly, a car speeds around the corner, heading straight for the boys, with B at the wheel and her best friends in tow. As they enter the house, the girls are surprised to find no other guests since they're never the first to arrive at a party. The guys crack jokes that the girls don't get. Suddenly, BeTH receives a call from her boyfriend, and Dennis pops champagne to unwind. It seems that the girls are quite excited about the champagne, and they're ready to do a lot of things. The girls are really pleased that something special is already being prepared for them. Ree goes to get the balloons that have been left out for some fun. Meanwhile, Dennis is trying to open the champagne bottle, and Beth is on the phone with her girlfriend. Beth won't tell her where she is, so her girlfriend doesn't come over. When the boyfriend opens the champagne for the first time, she hurts her hand. Then Richard looks like finding balloons and the champagne cork goes straight through her forehead. The friend laughs, but Bian laughs, so quick to help the boy who's lying on the floor. The drunk climbs on top of him and sits down to put something cold on him. As they talk, the boy's excitement gradually builds, and the girl feels it as she sits right on top of him. She's surprised and likes him. After that, the boy stands up and conceals his power. The girls realize what is happening and find it intriguing. The girls then decide to leave, saying goodbye to the boys. Suddenly, they notice another car coming towards the house, with Kvin and his friends driving. The car parks directly on the front lawn. One of the girls opens the door, excited to meet her boyfriend. Dennis takes into the house, closes the door so that no one can get in. He hurries to close all the windows, but he doesn't have time to close the last door and even manages to get in. Once inside the house, he threatens the boys and smashes a vase on the wall. Then taking a bottle of champagne, the boys easily dodge the bottle. He then throws the microwave against the wall, and the boys escape. They lock themselves in their room and search for weapons. The only items they discover are a child's sword. Pachi hides in the closet, and Denis takes cover behind the wall. After entering, Chev notices Daani has a photo of the boy above his bed. Daani decides to fight Chevin, but Chevin has a skeleton on his back, which he molds his hands to and starts attacking. Chevin skillfully uses the skeleton's arms against his opponents. He retreats to the closet and jumps out the window. He knocks Buzda into the room and stops him on the dock. He notices a picture above the boy's bed and is surprised. Dini goes to the window, but the boy quickly wakes up and pushes the schoolboy, who falls straight into the rose bushes. Dini picks up his friend, and together they run past the guard, being chased. Dini runs down the street and spots a car approaching. Gate kicks the man and jumps into the car before they drive off. Rigi catches up, and they all get into the car. Tata steps on the gas. It turns out Bet is not a good driver. Ryosi remembers the driving lessons they took together in driver's ed school and realizes they are still in danger. For years, he's been asking for his cell phone to call his parents, but since they are busy, the man slips the vibrating phone into his wife's pants. BT remembers the phone can be traced and throws it out the window. They turn on the music and start celebrating. The group arrives at the gas station, and suddenly, a boy bumps his head and falls between the girls' legs. Becky Danish goes to buy beer at the store. Danish compliments the girls, who appreciate it. After shopping, they can't buy alcohol because they're not of age yet. The girl convinces the salesman to sell them the beer and he will pass in exchange. For years they hear all that is disappointed in the girl. When they get to the woods, they light a campfire and try to have some fun. Yi offers the boy a beer and shows that he can open the bottle with his teeth. The boy tries to issue it, but breaks a baby tooth. Romantic music is playing in the background and the girls are exhilarated. The friends realize it's best to leave the couple alone, so they leave. They find some cows and decide to kill one. The analyses talks about his future plans and the university he intends to attend. Fadil asks why he seems disappointed with the idea, and he replies that a bet with his work won't be worth 12 cans of beer, as it means much more to him. Meanwhile, the friends attempt to dob a cow. Suddenly, Basil decides to follow him. After returning to the car, you explain what happened. You notice an unpleasant smell, which is from the cold chased by cows. He leaves his data and organ in the car and departs. Besides driving recklessly, he turns off the headlights and continues without light. After the headlights come back on, they quickly cut off another car. It's Anis's parents, the little boy's parents, who decide to make a quick getaway. They arrive at the party, and the girls head for the pool. The boys notice Belle is already talking to someone else, and Anis goes to the bathroom. Gregra finds him there, and Anis insults him on the date. Anis discovers the perfect words, and the boy, who was previously understood, starts to cry. They embrace warmly and form a friendship. Dai goes back to his friends who are eating, and then a classmate comes over and confesses that he enjoyed the Bala speech. Once they learn that Chayavan is attending the party, they decide to take Dai and his friend along. They devise a plan to assist them. The key wants to defeat Dis, but needs the help of those around. Suddenly, the coach arrives and establishes the fight rules. Dis decides not to fight, but the key unexpectedly hits him. Greg steps in to defend Dis, giving him a glance, then glances at the other two, but ultimately loses. A car driven by Bruce stops in front of the house. She embraces friendship and drives away. They yell in the car, and the girl chooses to return to school for fun. Since the girls are major, they give it up for the boys. BBA gets sad and head for the shower. Reese goes after them. Dini filtran the locker room and sees the beautiful classmates dressed only in towels. The cats approach the boy, throwing in the towel. The girlfriends invite the boy to take a bath with them. He accepts and is ready to join his completely naked classmates. After Bay leaves, Anise is left alone and is found by the guilt key. His friend comes to the rescue and saves Anise. The girls get out of the shower, run to the car, and on the way notice that the boy has no pants on. At the same time, Reese dodges the attackers. Reese reaches his friends who are waiting for him by the car. On the way, I talk about why it all began, and the boy shares every little detail he knows about being drunk. His friends hand him tampons to stop the nosebleed. BTA explains that she and her friends initially thought attending Don's party was a joke, and they expected to have fun. However, things went as planned, but the boy ended up with a broken nose. Bay suggests she take off her shirt because it smells bad. Later, he picks up his shirt to air it out, but accidentally ends up losing it. Drink stops abruptly and their friend falls right on top of Richard. Getting up again, Dai Nishin in his t-shirts, forget he's still wearing his favorite underwear. His friends laugh, but B decides to dress him up on his pilgrim. They look for the shirts together and discuss why the girl is dating the guilt key. The girl also wonders why he gave that label speech and confessed his love. He tells her in detail of what he did and the girl likes him. Aga breaks it and he decides to take it. It scares the kids at school, who run away. Once you get to the girl's house, the fun continues. You're joking around with the girls and get to know each other better, while the boy realizes they have a lot to talk about. In the meantime of years together drunk, you admire the bouncing river. The girl says she likes to be hugged, but when the boy approaches to do so, he stops. They attempt to get the boy moving and demonstrate how she enjoys eating biscuits. Afterward, they place him in a t-shirt and head into the bedroom to continue. Meanwhile, Dis mentions that the only thing he will remember about school is that particular night. Septai expresses that school was the best time of her life, but sadly it's over, and you end up missing it. The girls are worried about encountering strangers after school. Deso reassures her, telling her that everything is going to be alright, and then he kisses her. Meanwhile, the parents tidy up the mess left behind by the party. When the kids return home, the parents understand that they saw her that night. Bshyiee will get married if they remain single. The girls get into the car and head off in different directions. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.